What if I told you that the most advanced piece of technology from ancient times wasn't built by humans at all? Hit that subscribe button right now, because what you're about to discover about the Antikythera mechanism will completely change how you see history forever. Deep beneath the Mediterranean waters in 1901, Greek sponge divers made a discovery so shocking that it would haunt archaeologists for over a century. They weren't just pulling up ancient pottery or gold coins from a Roman shipwreck. They found something that should not have existed 2,000 years ago. Something that defied everything we thought we knew about ancient technology. The divers described feeling an overwhelming sense of dread as they brought the corroded bronze fragments to the surface. The metal had turned a sickly green color, attacked by centuries of salt water, but underneath lay gears and mechanisms that looked frighteningly modern. When the first archaeologists examined what they called Fragment A, their hands literally trembled. The precision of the gear teeth was impossible for ancient craftsmen to achieve with the tools they supposedly had. But here's where it gets truly terrifying. Recent analysis in 2025 has revealed that this mechanism contains knowledge about planetary movements that humans wouldn't discover for another 1,400 years. Comment below if you've ever felt like you're being watched when you research ancient mysteries, because what I'm about to tell you might explain why certain people don't want this information getting out. The bronze fragments told a story that made grown scientists question their sanity. Inside what looked like a simple corroded lump were dozens of precisely cut bronze gears, some as thin as modern watch mechanisms. These weren't crude approximations. Each gear tooth was cut with mathematical precision that wouldn't be seen again until the invention of modern machinery in the 1800s. But the real shock came when researchers realized what this machine could do. It predicted solar eclipses decades in advance with terrifying accuracy. It tracked the movements of Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn across the sky. It knew when the Olympic Games would be held for centuries into the future. Most disturbing of all, it contained calendrical calculations that matched both Greek and Babylonian astronomical knowledge, as if someone had access to information from multiple advanced civilizations simultaneously. The mechanism's creator somehow knew that Mars took 687 days to orbit the Sun. They knew Venus's synodic period to within hours of modern calculations. They understood complex mathematical relationships between planetary orbits that wouldn't be rediscovered until Copernicus and Kepler in the 1500s and 1600s. When scientists at University College London created the first accurate reconstruction in 2021, they made a chilling discovery. The mechanism was far more sophisticated than initially believed. It contained a 19-year calendar cycle that perfectly synchronized solar and lunar years. This knowledge was supposedly lost to humanity until the Middle Ages. The front dial showed the 365-day Egyptian calendar alongside a 354-day lunar calendar, automatically adjusting for the complex relationship between these two systems. But perhaps most terrifying was the discovery of what researchers call the Saros cycle. This 223-month period predicts when and where solar eclipses will be visible on Earth. Ancient Greeks had no telescopes. They had no understanding of planetary motion as we know it today. Yet somehow, this machine contained all of this knowledge and more. Dr. Tony Freeth, who led the latest research team, admitted publicly that the mechanism represents a complete mystery that challenges everything we know about ancient capabilities. The mathematical sophistication required to create this device wouldn't be seen again for over a millennium. It's as if someone dropped a smartphone into medieval times. Recent discoveries from the 2024 excavation season have made the mystery even more disturbing. Archaeologists found fragments of what appears to be a second, even more advanced mechanism in the same shipwreck. The ship itself defied conventional understanding of ancient naval architecture. Its construction methods were centuries ahead of known Roman shipbuilding techniques. Analysis revealed that the vessel used what archaeologists call impossible joints, construction methods that wouldn't appear in human shipbuilding until much later periods. But here's what really sent chills down researchers' spines. When they used gravitational wave detection techniques borrowed from LIGO to analyze the mechanism's calendar ring, they discovered something unprecedented. The hole count in the calendar. Ring matched astronomical calculations that require knowledge of planetary positions with accuracy impossible to achieve through naked eye observation alone. Someone had to have access to centuries of precise astronomical data to create these calculations. Data that ancient civilizations supposedly never collected. The bronze alloy itself posed another mystery. Metallurgical analysis revealed composition, ratios that wouldn't be perfected by human metallurgists until the Renaissance period. The bronze contained trace elements and purification levels that ancient smelting techniques simply could not achieve. Yet there it was, perfectly preserved on the ocean floor. Even more disturbing, X-ray tomography revealed internal structures within the mechanism that show no signs of corrosion or wear patterns typical of human-made bronze artifacts from that period. The gear mechanisms showed precision that modern machinists struggle to replicate even with computer-controlled equipment. Each gear tooth was cut to tolerances measured in fractions of millimeters. When researchers at the Antikythera mechanism research project attempted to recreate the device using ancient tools and techniques, they failed repeatedly. The level of precision required was simply impossible to achieve without modern machinery. Yet somehow, someone created this device over 2,000 years ago. The inscriptions on the mechanism posed yet another puzzle. The Greek text contained technical terminology that wouldn't appear in Greek literature for centuries. Some of the astronomical terms used were so advanced that they don't appear in any known ancient Greek texts. It was as if the inscriptions were written by someone with access to future knowledge. Recent linguistic analysis has identified word structures and technical phrases that seem to be literally translations from another language, a language that doesn't match any known ancient tongue. Dr. Alexander Jones from New York University's Institute for the Study of the Ancient World made a startling admission in 2025. He stated that the mechanism's creator had access to impossible knowledge. The device's creator knew things about astronomy that humans wouldn't figure out for over 1,000 years. They understood complex mathematical relationships that required centuries of observation to derive. Most unsettling of all, they seemed to know exactly how long their calculations would remain accurate. The mechanism was designed to work perfectly, for exactly 223 years before requiring recalibration. This suggests knowledge not just of astronomy, but of the mechanism's own operational lifespan. Knowledge that implies the creator understood technology, degradation patterns in ways that ancient humans simply did not. But if ancient humans didn't build this device, who did? The answer might lie in the growing body of evidence suggesting that this technology came from somewhere else entirely. Consider the timeline. The Antikythera mechanism dates to approximately 87 BCE. This places it during a period of intense UFO activity according to historical records. Roman historian Livy documented numerous accounts of shields in the sky and flaming objects descending from the heavens during this exact time period. Pliny the Elder recorded seeing burning shields rushing across the sky at sunset from east to west in 74 BCE, just 13 years after the mechanism was supposedly created. These aren't isolated incidents. Ancient historians from this period consistently describe aerial phenomena that match modern UFO reports with startling accuracy. The connection becomes even more disturbing when we examine the mechanism's operational capabilities. It doesn't just predict celestial events, it predicts them from a perspective that suggests the creator was observing Earth from space. The precision of the eclipse predictions requires knowledge of Earth's exact position relative to the Sun and Moon. This is information that can only be accurately obtained from outside Earth's atmosphere. Ancient astronomers could observe eclipses, but they couldn't predict them with the accuracy shown in the Antikythera mechanism without understanding Earth's exact orbital mechanics. The device predicts eclipses visible from specific locations on Earth with precision that requires three-dimensional understanding of Earth's position in space relative to other celestial bodies. This is knowledge that implies an extraterrestrial perspective, the viewpoint of observers watching Earth from outside its gravitational influence. Recent analysis of the mechanism's lunar calculations has revealed another disturbing pattern. The device accounts for lunar libration, the slight wobbling of the Moon as it orbits Earth. This wobbling is so subtle that it wasn't officially discovered by human astronomers until the 1600s. Yet the Antikythera mechanism compensates for it automatically.